Just Breathe played its first gig a couple weeks ago, and I used the Firefly guitar. I just want to say this blue one is great. I haven't had to do anything to it. I've had it for over a year. It still has the original strings on it. All I have to do is tune it up before a practice or before a gig. It seems to stay in tune fine the whole gig. The electronics work on it fine. It sounds good. It plays good. I haven't had to adjust the action on it or anything. I love that guitar. The green one still has some issues. I haven't worked on that yet, but we're going to be doing a video on that one pretty soon, going over what's wrong with it and how I'm going to fix everything, and I'm going to fix it. And that green guitar is going to go in the guitar case. This one, I can probably use it in that case too, but I'm specifically making that case to go with that guitar. So here's the video. I went to Michael's first to get some fleece or fur for the inside of the guitar case. Michael's didn't have any, so I had to go to Walmart. And I got this. It says plush coral fleece, but you can see it's kind of more like a really fine fur. So I think that'll be a really good liner for the guitar case. I got black for this one. They had one or two more things of black. It's 54 inches by 63 inches, which should be plenty. And they also had a white one. I think I'm going to get a white one for my Horizon 3. Well, it turns out I got to take this layer of styrofoam out underneath the body because the lid is rocking on bridge. So I'm going to take the rest of that piece out, test fit it again, and then if I need to, I will cut a piece of this adhesive back foam and lay that in where the body goes, and I'll keep stacking that up till I get it to the right height. All right, I got a perfect fit. There's a little bit of wiggle room. Got an extra piece of foam for the neck, extra piece of foam for the bridge, cut out piece for the toggle switch, a nice big piece to hold the guitar in place. So there it is. It's time to primer it, paint it, and then put the foam on. I've got the primer on the case, on the lid and the back. I've sanded it with the 100 grit sandpaper to knock the roughness off of it and any sharp edges. And I mixed up this color green, which is actually kind of close to the guitar. I didn't check it. I just mixed up what looked good to me. And I used these paints this time. Instead of Rust-Oleum, I'm using Exo Rust. This is medium green, XO7. Exo Rust is available at True Value Hardware. You can't get it anywhere else but True Value. You can probably order it online from them. And this is the XO27 Orange. I'm 60 years old. I've been using Exo Rust since I was like 14 or 15. So I've used it on signs. A lot of times they last at least 5 years outside when I use it on signs. It has a few issues. It dries glossy, but after it cures for about 6 months, it's not as glossy anymore. It's more of a semi-gloss. And when you use a brush with it, it tends to get some kind of little dirt pieces in it that never want to smooth out. So this is a guitar case, so I'm just going to live with it. And it doesn't sand very good. It stays a little flexible. Rust-Oleum will dry and become brittle. So if it's on a piece of metal and you bend it, it'll snap right off real easy. This stuff flexes a little bit more, so it doesn't just pop right off when you bend it. You have to bend it a little bit farther. And because of that, it's hard to sand it. You really got to wait like a year before you can sand it. And even then, after years, it'll gum up your sandpaper really bad. So if you're going to strip it down, that's one thing. You can use one of those stripping wheels. But if you're going to try to sand it down by hand, this stuff is really, really hard to work with because it just eats up your sandpaper, clogs it up. The paint job's all done, and I'm getting ready to put the liner in it. So I've covered the edges with the blue tape so that the spray adhesive doesn't get on the paint on the outside of it. I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to spray it. I'm going to lay the fabric down in it. And I'm going to fold half of it over. And I'm going to start spraying in the middle. Spray a little bit, apply a little bit of the fabric, spray a little bit, apply a little bit of the fabric. Keep doing that until I get all the way to one end. And then I'll flip the other side over and spray in the middle and work my way down until I get the whole thing covered. And then I'll do that to the other half of the case. There's the liner in the lid. It went on pretty good. Instead of starting in the middle, I started at this end because I got a depression there where the switch goes. So I did that first and then worked my way down. The best way to do this is to have the foam piece ready that goes into the shell and put the fabric on that first and then glue the whole thing down into the shell. But because of the way I built it and having to piecemeal it all together, I didn't have that luxury. So the edges look pretty good. They could be better. I might trim them up a little bit, but at least I don't see any white of the foam showing. So I'm gonna go on and do the next part now. The part of the case that the guitar actually goes in is finished now. It's a little rough. Like I said, the easiest way to do it is put this stuff on the styrofoam, then glue the whole thing in. But I didn't have that luxury. So the piece of fur, or what do you call it? It's not really fur. Fleece that I got was not quite long enough. So I had to splice on another piece. So you can see the seam there. And then the seam goes right here. And then back down here and over there. So I'm thinking about cutting one piece to go right where the guitar is to cover that up, but it really doesn't matter. So what I need to do is find some place that sells the fleece on a skein instead of trying to buy a piece that's pre-cut, because the pre-cut stuff's not quite long enough. All right, got to put the hinges and clasps on it, and we'll put a guitar in it and see how it does. The hinges are on. I got some clear rubber feet from Home Depot. There's the other hinge. There's more feet. And the other hinge. That's what the bevel looks like. All painted. From the front, that's what it looks like. Let me move the remote. There's the star and the circle, and as you can see, they are raised up off of there because I glued that piece of thin plywood to it. And then that's all green. And then I'll show you the handle and clasp once I get that on there. And now the rest of the hardware is on there. I got 4 of the latches. Got 3 on the one side and then 1 around the back. And then I've got a hasp with a carabiner on there and a nice heavy duty handle. So it's all done. I'm going to put the guitar in it and we'll take a look at that. And here it is with the Firefly V in it. Perfect fit. Room for the strap and the guitar. And it closes down nicely. There you go. There's my first guitar case. Next will be either a coffin, which will be white, or the pirate booty. I'm not sure which. Hey, thanks for watching the video on the first guitar case I ever built. Before I build the next one, I'm going to go ahead and fix that green guitar that goes in that case. So we're going to put some DiMarzio X2N pickups in it, and I'm going to try to figure out where that short is in the tone knob, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on the pick guard to get the bridge to go down. So that's coming up next. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for watching my video on the first ever guitar case that I've ever built. Hey, thanks for watching the video on the first guitar case I ever built. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're talking too much. Hey, thanks for watching the video on the guitar case. One more try. Hey, thanks for watching the video on the first ever guitar case that I built. First guitar case I ever built. Hey, thanks for watching the video on the first guitar case I ever built. Okay, let's try it one more time.